The crypto industry could get rocked. 1 minute they say ETH is not a security, and now 3 years later, 4 years later, they're saying it is a security. Which one is it? This is why it's important to have an extreme diversification strategy. So in today's video, I'm going to break down how they're saying Gary Gensler's been saying that ETH has been a security for over a year. Then I'm going to show you a video from a year ago where he won't even answer the question. So which one is it? Is ETH a security or is it not? We know Bitcoin's a commodity, and now we know XRP is not a security. So you got to buckle up for a rough ride till we get into regulation. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. We're in regulation and joining phase, and you better buckle up and have a diversification strategy. So my name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. I'm only speaking from my paradigm. That's all I'm doing. Here's what I do. I focus on cryptocurrency, very speculative, high risk asset. When I'm in profit, I pull and I bring it down the risk pyramid to tier one capital. I insure my family, my kids are insured, my family's insured, and I insure my wealth. And I'm also diversified across different platforms as well, like real estate, precious metals, businesses. I think it's very important for us to take from the top of the risk pyramid and make sure that we're securing our wealth. So if you need help and support in understanding how I secure my wealth, I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states, also in Canada. Click the description down below where we can set up a free consultation to support you with that. All right, so let's dive right into this. And also it's in my bio as well if you click the link. Okay, so this came out. So yesterday, new court filings show SEC Chair Gensler believe Ethereum was a security for at least a year. So we're going to listen to this this off of Fox News, and then we're going to listen to what he said a year ago.
Well, the battle between the crypto industry and the Securities and Exchange Commission escalating further today as crypto firm Consensus, a major backer of the Ethereum blockchain, filed a lawsuit against the agency in a Texas federal court, asking it to resolve one of the industry's biggest legal conundrums. Is Ethereum a security or not? Joining us now, Charlie Gasparino, you've been all over this.
I don't know why the market isn't reacting more. I mean, the crypto market isn't reacting more wildly on this, because this is a big thing. Let's be clear here. There's three major cryptos. There's the Bitcoin, right? Which we know the SEC thinks is.
Listen to what he just said, guys. I've been talking about the big three. I've been talking about the auto boom, the .com boom. He's going to mention the big three: Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin.
It's a commodity, not a security. You don't have to register with us. You're not in trouble if you if you buy it, stuff like that. Then there's Ripple's the third one. We'll get to the second one in a minute. And they're in trouble. The SEC is suing them, saying that there's an unregistered security. They want gazillions of dollars. You know, there was a court ruling that was half good.
And I wouldn't agree with them. They are not in trouble. They're whooping the SEC's butt.
Half bad for Ripple, but that's still being sorted out. Then there's Ethereum, Ether. Which is the second largest, as we know. It's one of the mainstays, which is in sort of regulatory never land. Nobody knows what the SEC really thinks about this.
Well, Bill Hinman said it was not a security.
It's declared a security, since it's so widely held, it could just blow up the markets. I mean, no doubt. I mean, a lot of people hold this thing. If it's declared a commodity, well, then it paves the way for a lot of stuff, including an Ethereum ETF that Larry Fink at BlackRock and a lot of other places want.
Okay, so I'll pause the video right there. We're going to go back and watch a year ago where Rep. Patrick Henry confronts Gary Gensler. Is ETH a security or commodity? Remember, this shows right here in a court filing that he has known for over a year that Ethereum was a security. So which one is it? Who's lying? Who's telling us the truth? That's why I have to make sure that I protect my wealth. I want to make sure that I get profits out of these markets. Very important. I'm also holding 50% long-term Moonbags. I believe in cryptocurrency. I believe in the innovation. I believe in the technology. But what I don't believe in is our system. You can see right here, they tell us now that he knew for a year it was a security. But let's listen to what he says right here with Mr. McHenry.
Most popular digital assets and powers the Ethereum block. Ether is one of the most popular digital assets and powers the Ethereum blockchain. Back in 2018, then SEC Corporation Finance Director Bill Hinman stated that he believed Ether was not a security. Last month, CFTC Chair Benham expressed his view that Ether is a commodity. The State Attorney General of New York asserted in a court filing last month that Ether is a security. Clearly, an asset cannot be both a commodity and a security. Do you agree?
Actually, all securities are commodity under the Commodity and Exchange Act. It's that we are excluded commodities. But I would agree that a security cannot be also an excluded commodity and an included commodity. I'm sorry, Chair, just to talk about the Commodity Exchange Act more precisely.
Okay, so do you recognize how would you categorize Ether then?
Look, I think that the general sweep of what Congress did, not just in the 30s, but as amended.
I'm asking you,
years,
sitting in your chair now, to make an assessment under the laws as exist. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
Without speaking to anyone.
I know you've repeatedly said you're not going to speak to one, except you've spoken to one, Bitcoin. So I'm asking you to speak to a second one, the second largest market cap here.
And speaking to the tokens, there's 10 to 12,000. If there's a group of entrepreneurs in the
I'm asking
middle,
about one.
the public is anticipating a profit based on the.
I'm asking a specific question, Chair Gensler. I said this in private. This should be no shock to you. I'm asking this question. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law. And if there's a group of
I'm asking about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
And so, Mr. Chair, I think you would not want me to prejudge because I'm also.
But you have prejudged on this. You've taken.
Yep. And it's proof right here. So we'll want to dive deeper into this as we move forward with this. New court filings show SEC Chair Gensler believed Ethereum was a security for at least a year. This video right here, if we go back, was a year ago. And he won't answer the question. Whoop, sorry about that. It was a year ago. Okay. So this is where my narrative comes in. I'm only speaking from my current paradigm. So when I first got into cryptocurrency, being transparent with you guys in 2020, I was all vertical. I had a business. Cryptocurrency is my savior, right? And I started to realize that as studying history and waves of energy, the auto boom, the .com boom, that we have to be very, very careful. We're in a very delicate stage right now. I believe in cryptocurrency. I'm heavily invested in cryptocurrency, but I do the opposite of the public. From 2020, about 2021, I started to realize how this game works. I started to diversify outside of cryptocurrency in insurance-based products, business, precious metals. Now we're heading into real estate. I'm starting to see the value of pulling from high risk, high return, and pulling it down into less risky assets that have been here for a long time. The first annuity was created in the Roman days. Right? Some of the tax code were created in 1913 around insurance when the Federal Reserve was created. I understand that the US dollar has collapsed 99% since the Federal Reserve was created in 1913. Our fiat system in 1971, we detached from the gold standard, which made our money fake. And since then, they printed more money than in history. And specifically from 2020 to 2022, they printed more money than in history in those 24 months. So we have a dollar that's completely devalued. We have BRICS de-dollarizing. We have a new monetary system coming in, blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrency. So we're in a very volatile stage of it right now. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. This is showing us right here in a court filing that Gary Gensler said that Ethereum is a security. He's sitting in front of, is that Congress? Would that be Congress? He's sitting in front of a panel, right? And I think that'd be Congress or Senate. Anyways, so he literally won't answer the question. When they're saying now that he knew that it was a security. So if he knew that it was a security a year ago, then why did they go after Ripple and not Ethereum? Think about that, guys. You have to start to digest that stuff. None of us really know what's happening behind the scenes. But what I do know is if you are going to go after one, you're going to go after the one that's the most disruptive for the financial system, and you're not going to go after the one that you're benefiting from. Okay. Bill Hinman said it wasn't a security. Jay Clayton left the SEC immediately after announcing the case Ripple XRP versus the SEC, as XRP being a security. And he goes to consult for a cryptocurrency firm. I think it's One River, New River Capital, which increased their position in Bitcoin and Ethereum just a couple months earlier. Guys, Jay Clayton sits on the bank bail-in committee. The bank bail-in committee was activated in 2023. So we can sit back and get tribal about this and argue back and forth between which crypto is going to make it, which one's not going to make it, or we can understand that the system has always been this way. behind the scenes, there's things happening, guys. These guys are vying for their next jobs. You have to protect your wealth, man. Rule number one is don't lose money. Rule number two is follow rule number one. That's why I don't get fudded in or fudded out. I don't listen to people. I follow my strategy. A shitty plan is better than no plan. My plan is very strict and I followed it. It's working very well for me. Okay. So I got cryptocurrency. I pulled profits. Exit plan. We created Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. You can set up an exit plan in there. So as everybody's riding the wave up, trying to catch the top, I've already pulled profits 3 to 4 times. I personally pull and I insure my wealth. It feels very comfortable. I max fund my policies. My family's set up. My kids are set up. Everybody's set up. Okay. From there, I'm getting into real estate the next 24 months. Okay. Precious metals, and I'm diversified in business, information, technology, attention, and education. So I take my money from high volatile, high return assets, and I put it into things like business, precious metals, insurance, real estate, diversified. I'm not a one-trick pony. I make sure that I'm diversified across different platforms. From there, I look at the landscape and waves of energy. And if I'm going to buy back in when cryptocurrency drops again, it's going to go in the bull run and drop again, I will. But I'm going to stay with fundamental, long-term, real-world solves. I'm holding 50% of my portfolio of crypto long-term. I'm sharing with you exactly what I'm doing. I think that's very important. Okay. You have to start to develop financial literacy and understand what money is. In America, money is just debt. That's all it is. It's debt. My income is your debt. Your debt is my income. So debt can be an income instrument, right? You want to get on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. You want to make your money return more money. And from there, you stop trading time for money and use money to free up time. That's the key thing. Warren Buffett, if you can't make money while you sleep, you will work till you die. So these are simple strategies. Once you understand financial literacy, then you understand financial discipline. You got to create a budget. Okay. Then you got to be disciplined with your finances. By creating a budget, you create some cash flow. You can reduce expenses or increase your earned income. If you can increase your earned income and reduce your expenses, now you have a gap in cash flow. Now you have an increase in cash flow. You don't fulfill that gap with cars and new houses and new things like we've been taught in America, borrowing against our future self, is you take that extra earned income and you put it into something that's going to multiply. When it multiplies, you pull profit and then you put it into something that will secure, compound, and grow. Okay. Then if you choose to, you can borrow against assets tax-free if you want to. There's different strategies. We don't want to be a one-trick pony. Cryptocurrency, business, cryptocurrency. Go to school, get a job, 401k. It's a vertical strategy. As the elites are insuring their money, they're getting real estate, they're getting precious metals, they're going deeper in businesses. And then on top of all of that, I have what I call the Rockefeller system, waterfall system set up. I have a trust set up over all of that for generations to come. So I hope this information reaches well. I'll only ever speak from my current paradigm of exactly what I am doing. That's how you develop peace. Everything I say is exactly what I'm doing. It's my strategy. It's how I do it. And it's how it's made me feel comfortable and safe. And also it makes me feel very excited about the bull run because I'm not banking on XRP to go to this or Bitcoin to go to this. I'm banking on pulling profits at the right time and securing my family. So when it does come collapsing down, I got plenty of assets in different asset classes, and then I can evaluate the market, buy back in, and repeat the process. So I hope that information helps. In the description down below, you can join our private Warrior Academy 7 days for free. It's an education academy. We want to make it very clear. My insurance company is completely separate from my academy. You can also set up a free consultation with our insurance team just to ask questions about it and see how do we insure our family, how to get your kids set up now, guys. Now get your kids set up. Very important. Time is not on your side when it comes to compounding wealth. Money compounds every 7 years at 10%. Okay. I made sure my kids are set up. Now that I finally figured this game out, I'm passing it down to the next generation. That's the key to this. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.